Well, today's been another great day for tadpoles and frogs. Can you see him about to come up there? Boom, and then he's gone. Well, it has rained most of the day. I finally had a little bit of a break from the sun, from the rain. I've got some sun. Everything here is soaking wet. So what am I going to do now that I've got some dry weather? I'm going to get wet in here. Just my hands. I'm going to get this cleaned up a little bit and get it ready for that shot, and that way it'll be ready when I am. Look, there's one with legs right there. See him? There we go. That's how you raise frogs, people. You give them a place to live. Yep, give nature a place to be at peace. I do enjoy the rain. It's great for the garden. It's great for everything. It's a blessing. But my cup runneth over. Okay? So, let me get this cleaned up a little bit and I'll be back with you. And then I'm going to actually plant something. Along the way, if I see something interesting, I'll show you that. You see these pods? That's flag irises there. And they're very prolific. They grow fast. Now, these pods fell off, or it broke off and came down into the water. And I've never seen what was inside those pods before. And that's a whole bunch of seeds right there. If you've never seen it, here's your chance to know what's in there. Looks like a rattlesnake's rattle. And a little bit like corn. But it is loaded down with seeds. Look at all those seeds. Each one of those pods has got a bunch of them in there. There's no telling how many one will make. All right, look how clear that water is up under there. That's because this salvinia, this invasive plant, blocks all of the sunlight going down below. So those of you that have water features and little ponds, keep that in mind. There's no algae on the inside of this whatsoever, because all of this blocks the light. If you have fish down in there, if you've got fish in your little water pond, you want submergent plants to go in there. You want water plants that live down on the bottom of the ponds and stuff like that. You can set them up at different levels and do an aquarium-like environment there. But the sun has to get to them, and then it generates oxygen for your fish. If you've got a complete cover over this, it kills the oxygen. That's why I've had the pump in there to help supplement the minnows and life that I've got in there. And that's why I will be removing almost all of this soon. Now I've got this out of the water now, about to put it over here in this one. Look at here. I wanted to give y'all a look at the, this is lemon balm that's been growing in the pond. And it's dry docked right now, so I can show you up underneath here. See all those roots? Mint of any kind is a beast most of the time. And it grows well in many situations. Just wanted to show y'all that. And strawberries. Strawberries are too. This one here ain't doing too good. But it's been sitting in there for a couple of years. So I guess for a couple of years, not being messed with, that's doing pretty good. Now here's another little tip for you, okay? And this is important enough for me to have to take y'all off of here and undo this from my belt again and unstrap this, because this OtterBox of mine has been through quite a life. And I'm going to keep it going because Granddaddy's cheap, or Pawpaw, whatever, this old man's cheap. This is something that for people that want to do aquaponics, hydroponics, or have systems that are more complicated than they have to be, like me. It's this is my aquaponics setup, and you will hear many times to make sure that your systems are level. If you've got multiple containment areas, multiple ponds, make sure that you are completely level, and then fill it up. Now you see this is the first one I put in. The level is pretty good all the way around, okay? It's nice and level, but look how far down it is. All right, it's way down here. Now this is a siphon tube, and it transfers water from this big one over here to this one. And when I break that siphon, it no longer transfers water, okay? But if these are not at the same level, then this one will spill out to the level of what that is, okay? Now, when I did this, I thought that I was setting this up and being very careful. I've even readjusted it, but I did not have the dirt up under this packed down enough, and it settled over time. That's key. Most of this dirt I moved in to build a platform for it and tamped it down by hand. And anyhow, this one came in and got messed up on me, so it's lower than that pond right there. When I go back in and adjust it, I'll bring it up, level it out, and they will stay at a continual level. But when you see that as a warning, believe it, it will help you in the setup of your aquaponic system or anything that you're wanting to have multiple tanks in. And then along comes a cat to help me make a video. Isn't that what YouTube was designed for? Cat videos. Oh, that little feral there has been around here for a while, and I used to allow her to eat with my cat when I had a cat, and I don't anymore. I don't put out any food, but anyhow, it hadn't been fixed. I need to catch that one and take it off to the pound and have her fixed. But now that the cat's made an appearance, let me give you a look at the table. I was sitting here having a break. Oh, let's see. Everything on the table looks good. Got ripening going on. Wilson's children are loving this. John, will it grow? Wanted to see what they would look like in, I don't know, 30 days or something like that. There you go. It ain't been 30 days yet. Now what I'm going to plant today, now look what, there's the okra. The okra is loving the heat and loving the water. All the lovely rain. It's loving it. And I am concerned about the size of those pots. Okra has a big root ball on its own. And the Malabar spinach that has not come up, 3 of them on each side, on each one of these things, are surely going to help take nutrients too. But let me give you a look at this. These are the sweet potato plants I bought a while back. Now that right there, the failed okra experiment, that will go into compost. All of that's 100%, good to go for that. So that's what'll happen. Now, you'll notice, this is, a lot of people know this, okay? Oh, crap, there went my tea. Oh, I need a better studio, y'all. Okay, my tea. That's a sin. I spilt my tea. You'll notice about these, the sweet potatoes, they spread out. They want to put down their roots. Now, most gardeners know that, and I broke that one off. I have to reset that. But if you've ever grown sweet potatoes before, you know that it likes to send out roots. But for those of you who have never done it, there you go. That's what it does. A sweet potato is a very powerful plant, a very good survival food. You can eat the taters, and you can eat the leaves. Some varieties taste better than others. But anyhow, let me get moving on with this. And they're incredibly easy to propagate. Now that I broke that off, I could probably, now that this has got roots, I could probably lay this in the soil and it would pop up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to do that. Anyhow, let me go back and see what kind of finished results we got. Well, there's something that you don't see every day. I haven't seen it in a long time, but that's empty now except for the stuff on the top. I have got a good use for all of that. It's something you've never seen before, and it's an idea that I've got to use this, which is an unwanted invasive species, and some of this over here. Just your normal, everyday, common variety of weeds. I'll put those together in a special way, see what I can make happen. But the stuff I'm doing here with this video, to clean this up and get it ready to shoot for this other video I'm wanting to make, it leaves me with a strange feeling. I don't like it. It's, I don't know how to explain it. It's as if dark forces are like somehow watching me, and so it's just an uneasy feeling. I don't like it at all. It almost makes me not want to make it, but I'm going to push those aside, and I'm going to make it anyhow. But I got to get this ready first. First thing I've got to do is finish this up. Got to get some of this organic matter down in here. I'm going to put that at the bottom, bust it up real nice like everything, put that in there. And then go at the top with, all the way to the top with potting soil. Okay, I know this is getting long, but I thought of something that somebody might be able to use. It used to be that when I cleared things off, I enjoyed burning them, right? We like to clear off our land and burn everything. I advise people not to. Find a use for all of your waste. Everything that you're not going to use, find a use for it. All of this has spent its life bringing up minerals from the soil and gathering up energy from the sun and soaking up carbon dioxide. It's carbon. It's the carbon life cycle. Keep that. Don't burn it. That's valuable. Use it in compost. Now, to that degree, what I've got in here, I'm going to plant my sweet potatoes in here. There's a lot of this stuff on the bottom of it taking up some of the space. It's my hope that this will break down over the course of the next few months, and you know, the tubers won't have much trouble being down in there. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to put this back to use as it's going to compost itself, right? Which is what it's doing now with the wind, the rain that we've got. But I don't think that the tubers will go too far down in there. I'm not too worried about it. One of the main things that you can do with something like this, if you've got a sweet potato plant, you can just sit there and let it make runners for you during the early summer or late spring, and it can make more slips for you. I may do that with this. I don't know. My plan is to grow year-round, so the things I'm doing now will help me even during the winter. Now we'll put a little experimental layer in there. Get all that right into service. All right, now what I'm going to do, right in the center of this, I've got the potting soil mounded up. Can you see that? It's mounded up a little bit. I don't want to take it over the top. I know that this container is going to settle with the things that I've got in there, but this is about half full of potting soil, And I think that'll give it plenty of room. And look at here. We've already got some tubers being formed right here. This plant is ready to go. Now, here is something about sweet potatoes that some of you may not know, some of you do. But a sweet potato is only going to grow a set of tubers from each plant that you get started. Okay? From what I understand, the runners that they sent off, all of these little guys here, it's not going to grow sweet potatoes from that unless it's broken. They have to be separated. Now I'm going to tuck this one in on the side over here, right? Just like that. Nothing to it. Sweet potatoes are beasts. Now, the potting soil, like everything else around here today and for the last month, is moist. It's ready to go. Just going to lay that down in there. I have seen the way that some places plant these, and it's rather violent. They actually, have their soil worked up, and they plunge them beneath the soil with a stick. It's real rough. I haven't done that. Maybe that'll help me grow some in this container. But I think with those roots, it'll take off pretty good. And I should have 3 sweet potatoes growing in here. And that, to me, it's going to be a little bit crowded. If I get any out of here, that's fine. But I'll learn some things as I go along. I've grown sweet potatoes now for a couple of years. But it's been in inside conditions and growing slips out for people. I've given away many. This spring I gave out a lot of sweet potato plants, slips that were rooted. I think I need to let this go. I know it's long, so I'm going to go inside now and put this together. But it's just as simple as this. I know I'm going to get some sweet potatoes. I think I'll get a good bit from this plant. And if you're stuck somewhere where all you can do is get a container off the side of the road, like I picked this one from, and get you some sweet potatoes that you started over winter from a sweet potato at the store, get some Miracle Grow or just soil from your woods. Or stop somewhere out in the woods and get you some soil. Good stuff. It doesn't take a lot to grow your own food. You can grow it in containers quite well. Wilson would agree. Lots of container gardens. So anyhow, with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Y'all be good, and I'll see you next time.